Bless you. God bless each and every one of us that knew him and will always remember him.
As loved ones and the community bid a final farewell to a hero, Bibb County Deputy Christopher Knight. We've got live coverage straight ahead. Our top story at 5, fallen Bibb County Deputy Christopher Knight was laid to rest today. Knight was stabbed during a fight with an inmate at the Bibb County Jail last week. He died from those injuries. Deputy Knight was transported from the Richard Robinson Funeral Home on Pionona Avenue to the Macon City Auditorium, where his funeral service was held. Good evening and thank you for watching WGXA News at 5. I'm Greg Lloyd. Now standing by is our Joe Spear, who has been covering this entire service from start to finish. Joe joins us live this evening. Joe, what can you tell us?
Greg, sitting at the funeral service earlier today, you would be hard-pressed to find anybody in that auditorium who didn't share the pain of Deputy Knight's death. Filled with fellow law enforcement, family, friends, and elected officials, the Macon City Auditorium said goodbye to someone who put their life on the line to save their community. Bagpipes escorted Knight's co-workers and family down the aisle to say goodbye. His family, fighting through tears, wore green and played Knight's favorite songs, including the theme from the movie Jurassic Park, gospel music, and Unforgettable by Natalie and Nat King Cole. Sheriff David Davis, Mayor Lester Miller, and close friends of Knight spoke on his legacy. Governor Brian Kemp was also there to pay his respects. Even though Mike may be gone now, those closest to him have this to say.
He left an impact, and like I said, I'm so proud of him. So proud of him. And I'm going to always be here until the time we get ready to see him again. And we're going to see him again. We definitely going to see him again.
Now Knight's body has been moved to the Macon Memorial Park for a private graveside ceremony. There, everyone will say goodbye to a father, son, and friend for the last time. Reporting along the procession route, I'm Joe Spear, WGXA News.
A very sad day. Thank you, Joe. And in case you missed it, a local humanitarian created a college fund for Deputy Knight's daughter, Zamira. June O'Neill, along with the Mentors Project, believes it's the right thing to do. She hopes that this motivates other families like hers to make sure that Zamira gets a good education. Some of Deputy Knight's family members came to witness the moment, and all of them say they are overwhelmed with the amount of support in the community. Although it's a traumatic time for the family, they do have a message for the community.
Seeing the love on each other, despite of race, despite of ethnic background, just love on each other, and just come together and know that we all serve a common goal, and is to love and care for each other.
What a beautiful message. And again, those looking to make a donation to the fund can visit the BB&T at Riverside Drive, Mercer University Drive, or the Downtown Tower location. And as you can imagine, this story is generating a lot of attention on our Facebook page. Many residents in the community are sharing their condolences to the Knight family as he's laid to rest today. Now, as always, we invite you to share your thoughts on our Facebook page, WGXA.TV. We will, of course, have much more from today's funeral for Bibb County Deputy Christopher Knight in our second half hour. We're switching gears now and turning to weather, and we've enjoyed plenty of blue sky and warm temperatures today, but our Skywatch weather team says that'll be changing soon. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Cox is working on that evening forecast right now. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Greg, good evening to you and good evening, everyone. That evening forecast includes hot weather. So hot that today was record-setting. That's our big weather headline right now. The record high today, 89 degrees, beat the old record of 88 set nearly 100 years ago on this day in 1922. Not just a new record high, but 89 is now the hottest temperature of the year, replacing yesterday's high of 87. So a couple of hot days here as we approach the middle of April. Check out the hot spot, though. It was not the 89 in Macon. Americus down in Sumter County made it to 90. Then you find Macon's 89. Dublin, you made it to 88. Eastman, your high today, 87. Byron, you topped out at 86. Warner Robins, your high today, 86 as well. Here are the latest temperatures, and we've still got plenty of those mid and upper 80s out there. The 90 down in Americus is gone. It's down to 88. It's 86 in Milledgeville and Dublin, 86 in Gray, also 86 in Perry. As you make plans for the rest of your evening, beautiful weather expected. We're still in the 80s through 7 o'clock, 70 plus at 10. Notice, though, clouds begin to build overnight, and that'll stunt our cooling, should remain in the mid to upper 50s by tomorrow morning. But Greg mentioned it, changes on the way. It includes rain and thunderstorms. We'll talk about the timing with your 10-day forecast. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Greg?
All right, Jeff, thank you. And speaking of changes, a change could be coming to an historic building in Macon. Today, commissioners discussed a name change to the Government Center. Our Aaron Wise listened in on that meeting. And Aaron, what would the building become?
Well, Greg, it's a pretty simple change. It would just go back to being what is already engraved on the front of the building, which is Macon City Hall. According to Commissioner Al Tillman, the name was changed during the first consolidated government based on the idea that other county agencies would move into and be housed out of 700 Poplar Street, thus making it the center for government. But that didn't quite stick.
Most folks that come to town look for City Hall, and it's referred to City Hall. The sign out front says City Hall, and I just, for the purposes of probably the last 7 years of calling it something else, most folks, even if we referenced it online, would say the Government Center / City Hall. So just wanting to go back and just officially just make sure those that's coming to town, visiting us, and understand that this is our City Hall.
The original resolution proposed calling it Macon-Bibb City Hall. However, after a friendly amendment, it was decided Macon City Hall would be best. Commissioners approved this resolution, and it will be voted on next week for final approval. Reporting live, Aaron Wise, WGXA News.
All right, thank you, Aaron. And commissioners also approved a resolution that would give more than $80,000 to renovate and build overlooked parks around the Pleasant Hill area. 2 parks will be appropriated funds. Culver Street Park will receive funds to be built, while Maddie Hubbard Jones Park is getting funds for renovations. Commissioner Elaine Lucas says this has been a long time coming, and she hopes the commission keeps these properties on their list. The funds will come from 105 blight bonds.
There's no need to wait 2 or 3 months plus a procurement process to take care of what we believe is an urgent need at the jail.
Mayor Lester Miller, along with Sheriff David Davis, is continuing their efforts to repair the Bibb County jail conditions. This comes after the mayor and sheriff held a meeting to discuss Bibb County law enforcement needs. Mayor Miller and the commissioners are continuing their support of the sheriff as well, following the death of Deputy Knight and those controversial jail conditions. Our Noel Espinal joins us live now. And Noel, I understand you spoke with other county leaders who are willing to support Sheriff Davis any way they can.
That's right, Greg. And in commission today, Mayor Miller publicly expressed his support for Sheriff Davis, and other commissioners backed him up. Elaine Lucas believes Sheriff Davis to be one of the most well-respected and well-trained law enforcement officers in the Bibb County area. She says based on conversations she's had with the sheriff, she knows his heart breaks for deputies and the community anytime a loved one is lost. Despite any controversial thoughts the community may have towards the sheriff, Lucas makes her support for Davis clear.
Sheriff Davis is one who's working in a really challenging time in our country and in our community. And we need to be helping him, offering our assistance as much as possible.
Lucas echoes the message of Mayor Miller and Sheriff Davis, saying improvements to the jail are necessary. She adds supporting young people who want to become law enforcement officers and having open conversations within the community to come up with practical solutions is key. Commissioner Lucas says she's seen Sheriff Davis face challenges head on over the years by implementing new methods and listening to new ideas. She believes that he will continue to do just that. Live from the Sheriff's Office, I'm Noel Espinal, WGXA News.
All right, thank you, Noel. And coming up, a plane crash in Middle Georgia leaves one person dead. We'll have the latest from the scene next.